Good evening. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon, worldwide. When you get there, the man afraid, man, not the wilderness, keep it real and honest, run you know, tabloid. When you know, so run us a learning channel. So me keep it real. Keep it real. Yes. So me show the queen from the south expose the corruption of the government and, yes, them to stop with it. Them to stop. A time for them to stop, with them foolishness. So we have that lineup. But my next thing lineup, very important today, right? Lady, Anna, let me see her name also. Anakin Skywalker, right? Yes, me don't say lady because me say Anakin. Like we have Anakin, you have the Anakin. Anakin Skywalker. She write something on a post someone put this morning and she say, she said, she said, use fact, statistics, and figures. How did the government destroy Jamaica? She asked me. And she said, if you use facts, statistics, and figures. Right? Because she put up, she use facts, statistics, and figures. And she asked me, which government do, whether government do, and what do, which the government, it's the government. Lame. Right? So me show her. And me tell her, she said, and then she put out a fax. Here what she put out says a fax now. Here she put out says a fax. I mean I put it up and show now. She put up unemployment down, crime down. Let me tell you something, ma'am. Crime, Angela through 2 terms, 13,000. Never have so much people dead. It might be the third highest murder rate, and I will show you it. So you can't take a year or 2 years. About something and go about these people are not just numbers, they are human beings with family members. So you can use something as a crime done, and me can't tell you all that crime that go, because I remember me do music, I'm there everywhere. Me ears dep on the ground, Me know rich man, poor man, beggar man, thief, liar, doctor, Indian, and chief. So we know what one, and me no guess thing. So you say the debt to GDP ratio in 2016 was 120. But if we got set to come from 147. Remember, 147. Yes, 145, 147. And mama, and by the way, at the same government that a Portia Simpson, and I will show you, Portia Simpson that put it go down to 60 by 2025. Not Andrew doing. All you need to do is just continue to pay the debt and don't trouble it. So now Andrew set up these things. I'm going to show you. Minimum wage. Now, when you talk to 2016 now, 6,200, look on the power, the spending power. And look on this now, 16,000. We still don't have the spending power of that. Look on your money, look at numbers. So look on the dollars and weight value. And you said the international net reserve now in 2016. What the international net reserve have to do with Holness? Yeah? And it's a 2025 or 5 by now, that's 6.5. But I'm going to teach you something about the international net reserve. It's a 12 hurricane, and we have 6.5 billion in a net reserve, but him couldn't go in it. The government, the government not put the money in there. And them are save the money in there. The Bank of Jamaica operates, yes, different terms. Same like all the housing trust and other things, right? It passes. The housing trust rich too, Rich. And it's my use. That will tell us the kind of economy, right? So him cannot use the reserve. He won't about 6.8 billion if you have the reserve. The reserve there for show up the country. The bank make that money, Not the government that give money. The government do have no money to give the Bank of Jamaica. Right? The bank make these money. Half of fees and when them sell back the dollars and trade and do all kind of things, and then make a lot of fees from other banks and other things. Same like how the FSC make money and the government going to take 500 million. This will tell you, say the country in a real trouble. And that's true. I'm not going to show you, I'm not just start. I'm not going to show you. So we have to teach what people, I'll put it up, I'll put it up where she said, with all respect. I mean, no, when I like with a person though. Like how some people that come on and then that give what you say, sir. Yeah, man. You see like how some people that come on and them that disrespect, not this person. The person look at engagement, and you have to engage person like that. We can reason. Yeah? I never show them, remember me deal with statistics and facts. Me not deal with ulf on that though. Don't make them check you. All right. So if the country that have the reserve there and I feed them money for go use, where you say, sir, they won't borrow even that amount of money, then they just going it and chopping off and you can't touch it. You never even know that. The reserve, like what you say, you want travel go foreign and you want exchange for buy. Remember, you can't travel with Jamaican money. You know? Yes, you can't travel with Jamaican money. And then the PSO pay them. Remember them import like 7.8 billion. A matter of fact, and like couple months, what a reserve that. If we never know the diaspora send the money like 3.4 billion US, yeah, and pounds and thing, the money even have that drain already. It drain less than a year. You understand? It have to buy the oil where to run the country and do all kind of things. You understand? So, and yes. So you go with the Jamaican, you have to get the US. When you import things for the country, you have to use that money. See? You have to understand all them things around before you even write still. With all respect, I'm going to tell you before. So I'm going to show you. You say the unemployment rate, by the way, you say at 3.4%. No. Listen, you can't have a country. You cannot have a country. And you have like 2.8 million people for work. And you'd say 1.4 million at work right now. And not so much are working. But you put it there, so we'll go with it. And you put out 700,000. And your excuses, them change it up. Oh, you know, we have over 700,000 people underemployed because they're not looking at work, which is no lie. If you have Jamaican where them have the same needs as you, them have to sleep, them have to eat, use toilet, use toothbrush, use water, use soap. Them have kids too. Where you think them are going to sit down and not want to work, or them survive? Or them survive? So that when them are used, you see the PR that will stop. And the country will never be better if you allow them to continue to do this bullshit. Right? Starting if you know better than that. And PIOJ if you know better than that. And I will show you. So we are show them. So we could go in now. We are going to do all of that for them, you know. Because you know, she put up the thing and I'm going to put it up. And I'm going to make you see it for yourself. Not my words. Look what them put up them own thing. So it's not my word. Let me go to Nekeisha, because Nekeisha beat and teach. Watch this. Watch this.
When the government wanted Starlink devices, they came into the country quickly. No procurement issue there. There was urgency. There was movement. There was delivery. I got one in a hurricane-ravaged constituency. I gave it to a community. And today, those same devices are the subject of review by the Auditor General, with questions being raised about documentation and proper accounting. So procurement did not slow that down. What was missing was accountability.
Okay, accountability.
Procurement again. Shelters were activated. People were moved into those shelters, but in too many cases, people were left without adequate food for days after the storm. No cut. That was not a procurement issue. Food could have been sourced. Food could have been delivered. That was a failure of coordination and management.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
We saw cases where individuals listed as shelter managers were no longer present, some dead, some migrate. Yeah. That's not procurement. That's a systems failure. That's right. We saw food packages being distributed through the JDF, and while that distribution moved quickly, it often reached the same individuals repeatedly, while others who were in genuine need remained at the back of the line and are still waiting. That is not procurement. That is a failure of targeting, coordination, and oversight.
That's true again. Yes, that's true.
The system has shown that it can move. The question is how it moves, who it reaches, and whether it is accountable when it does. This is not a procurement problem. This is a systems problem. It is a problem of coordination, a problem of follow-through. It is a problem of weak management. And it is a problem of accountability and transparency not being consistently enforced. And if the diagnosis is wrong, then the solution is going to be wronger.
Shago, you know, as some politician them come out now, you all and by the way, as I said before, after election done, you have government, you have opposition, all government accountable. You have to hold them accountable. No two way about that. Because you want a better country. You need a better country. So you hold government accountable. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Hey, me different still, you know. If me have a sibling and I'm a prime minister, me and him war, can the police can't tell me no war with my sibling and nobody. Because you can't do the people them something. I'm going to come out and chat against you though. Yes. So in the business, you have to do the right thing, and we have to do the right thing, but good. Because when you do the right thing, we stop sending barrel and can't keep the money in our pocket. You understand, Stafford? Yes. We can't keep some money in our pocket now when I have to send so much thing. Hey, when I feel so we need desperate time for we there now, and we are get barrel from Jamaica. When that happen, we are get barrel now after and when you look them, I send money come give me. I said, boy, we don't have it anymore, but we can't send our food come go on the same way to you know. When that happen, we have to dig deeper down in our pocket with 4 seasons. Yeah, 4 seasons, right? All right, continue.
What this bill really does, it is against that reality that this bill must be examined. Because when I reviewed it carefully, one thing became clear. Narrow, you know. This is not a narrowly tailored recovery framework. It's not narrow at all. Under Section 25, it extends beyond disaster response into designated strategic investment projects across multiple sectors. That's right. So this is not just about rebuilding. This is about restructuring how development decisions are made in this country without guardrails.
Right, without guardrails. And that, as I said before, we have a 584, so we know that this is going to be a failure. Because me hear the Prime Minister introduce some people, ask some people now, you know, if you do something, you can come to me and come on board. You never ready yet. You put a Google there, that's not ready yet. You understand? We can't afford travel in a country. We live in a real country, you know. They say when I'm not skipping on my place. I look at my place, make sure my place. Me see, one of them did come up here, so on a seat too, you know. And when them come up here, so them come with them out and it's clean. Oh, yeah, look, listen. Them got them out and remember if them out there, so me I diss them, you know. Cause me no harbor that. We are real super dad and super granddad. Me no harbor some disrespect. You can engage me, you know, and talk to me, you know, but don't come with the foolishness. No, when them disrespect, no, you know, so I diss them and diss them, mama and diss everything. Go on there, so. Cause I know me and my mouth no giant. In a real life, them can't come front of me and give me a chat neither. I diss them. In a real life. See? So, you know, me not play that game there. You have to hold, don't play politics. Hold them accountable. Yeah. You have to hold them accountable. When they do things wrong, you have to fight this out. Can't make the country better. Same like, all right, I'm going to play more Nekeisha, you know, because I'm lying up there. But I want to answer that person here. I'm going to put up 2 things where the person said to me. Use facts, statistics, and figure how the government destroy Jamaica. Look, because them ask, them say, who's better, government better, right? So me tell her, so the worst government. Me tell the person the worst government. And look, I'm going to put it up. See that? So the person tell me, you know, we use these things. See that? All right. So I'll show you, right? Anakin, Skywalker, good. Say, break it up to you. Use facts, statistics, and figures. How did the government destroy Jamaica? And they ask a question. All right, I'm going to move that one day. So I can tell you how. And them not finish this try, be a garbage them do. So me I tell you the truth, you know, me not go run corner. And you ask me for some statistic and I will show you. I remember put up a one here. Yes. And me like approach. If you come and ask me want that thing like this, big approach. But we not go around and me tell Andrew the same thing. Right? Our next question, as me see this, a question. Oh, the person said them give me a statistic now. Look on this now. Speak out, all right. The person said unemployment down. Unemployment not down. And you say crime down, you thought the murder rate? Crime not really down neither. Yeah, that more cover up. I remember Andrew have the most murder per them watch. I'm gonna prove it, I'm gonna tell the person this. Yeah. No, man, I'm not block the person. Oh, now Bill. Okay. No, man, I'm gonna talk to the person and tell them watch this. Debt to GDP. And the person sent this to me, 120 in 2016. Remember I said 120 in 2016, right? And 2025 is 68.9%. That is sent to me. So I'm going to answer all these. Minimum wage is at 2016 this. And now at 16, because you look on it 16,000. And you look on 6,000. At 6,000, I have more spending power than this right now. You look on your dollar. Me crunch numbers. You look on your dollar. Net international reserve. And you're saying that in 2016 at 2.3 billion. And now 2025 at 5.8. No, at 6.8. So let me teach you something about them thing, you know. Let me teach a person about this now. So the net reserve, what's what I'm going to start from? Unemployment. I'm going to put up this first. Unemployment. I'm going to put out this right front of your eye. Make you see this. All right. So unemployment. So this, I'm going to tell you for watching. I'm going to put it out and teach you a thing now. Good. Unemployment rate down. These are all bogus statistics. And we are dealing with human beings now and figures. All right. So this, see that as of January 2026, Jamaica labor force stand at approximately 1,441,000 individuals, with unemployment rate declining to 3.6, according to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, Staten. While, and this will come from Staten, by the way, ma'am. By the way, while underemployment, you know, have no such thing about underemployment. This is garbage. This is garbage. You know what I say, yes or no? While underemployment is low, the labor force has experienced a slight contraction. While unemployment, the underemployment, I'm going to talk about this, unemployment is low. The labor force has experienced a slight contraction, right? With 714,800 people outside workforce in January 2026. This a garbage. This a garbage. Now, you can't have, you are same Jamaica, go to the same school. Let me just repeat this to you, man. See it front of you there, see the figure there. And I'm starting figures, not my figures. It's more than that, by the way, because they never do the, they never do the whole statistic. Remember, it did stop, you know, them say some place or whatever, them do like 2/3 right. So it'll go up even more than that, right? So, but use for them have. You have 700,000. It's more than that. Because them say next 50,000 I look up the rest now look up. That's a lie. That's a lie. Now, these people can go to school, grow up, past the age, reach the age of work now, from 18 go right up, reach it working age, and you say them not looking at that, but them have to use soap, water, them have to look about them picnic, and none of them have kids. These are people who have them one because families, some single mothers and everything, right? All right. So you have over 700,000 we start and said about. So, and them now work. So, the work thing, they low to 3.8% about fully employed. But you do count them out forever. So, even if me did sit down, because them not start and say them now look at job. But even if me did sit down today, I'm in the work, I'm going to get up tomorrow, so I want to work. What's that now do? Where me get the work from? Remember, you know, the government itself, the public sector, it top heavy. Yeah, them outside them to cut. Can't for them get paid for the things that them now do. Right? Private sector, there is no way in Jamaica because we not build no factories and nothing at all. Them can take in 700,000 people right now. Them don't have the job. For instance, go down to Grace Kennedy and tell them to take even 20,000 out of this. You'd have crippled Grace Kennedy. Go Alaska, go tell them the same thing. Remember, you know, them now push out, them now sell nothing. Eh? Yes, them now sell nothing. So you couldn't go to Alaska, D&G and everything, or Sanders and them and say, take the 700,000. The workforce not so big. You get, no, this is not cripple the whole place. So you don't really have the job for them. You know what they have to do to survive? Hustle. Because them have to survive, them have to eat, them have to, them that live. Remember Jamaican, them have to, you know, them have to sleep in a bed, them have to bathe, them have to use everything where everybody else use. Where the job them there? You think I work, them that want to work? I can tell you something. We come from East Kingston. Okay, you may have talked to me. Kid, you may have talked to me. We come from East Kingston. We used to work when them come to clean gully cars, war. So through that, them have to know and politicians have to know, and it happen all over the place. You come out and get, you remember how them said jingles there. Some work are going on, what have you, man kill man over work. Literally kill man over work. Yeah? So them don't have the work. Figure these people. You know what starting do? Starting come with and say, oh, them underemployed. Them there for working, but them not looking at job. Where is the job? No, them put out 50,000. If you look on it, them say them have 50,000. Them a look work. You know, talk back to them. So all the 50,000 can't get work already. Can't get work. Oh, you can't get. Oh, we're going to place them in our job. So if you can't place 50,000, you place 700,000. You see the trouble? If your brother and sister, them, your sibling not this, and you know so them can't get job, you that fellow will start and say, Staten can't tell me say them don't want a job. This is bullshit. So you don't do politics and say that, you know, when you have the people them for work and you have the job figure them, it's a different thing, but there is no job. None. So most people right now, you know, if them have a little money, them also with a tax and the government give them the job. Or them sell little food or sell a bottle of water. Some of them are selling them body to eat food. But them have to eat. If them sick, them have to go doctor. Them have to buy medication. Them have to do everything. So all these people are hustling per day. Yeah? If you cut bush for one day, them say you work fully. So starting me, I tell you, starting, and I then put up this, not my thing, this. It's right there. We use statistics around here. This, what starting do is wrong. Because you can't have, let me tell you up front, you can't have, you have a workforce at 2.1 million people and 1.4 I work and 700,000 I work. And you say the 7, you're the 30%. You chop it in a tree. This equal 30%. Simple. Then you can look on this now and the people, remember work, you know. And these people have to survive. What you do? You don't leave them and you know business with them. But them have to take taxi, them have to do this, them have to hustle to survive. So you have a country. Yeah? If them buy something, you tax. And you're not busy with them, you say, oh, them now look at me. You can't tell me that. You know what people call me and try to get work all over the place. Remember, I go to World 14 Parish from morning. See? So me I tell you, say, well, start and put out this bullshit. That is politics. You can't have 700,000 people not working. And you call it 3 unless you can't do the figures. So them come up with that thing. Oh, them under employment because them not looking at job. Oh, them brush them teeth, or them beard. Or them get like a perfume and all kind of things. They have to hustle. And there is no job for them, you know. Because the truth is, private sector cannot employ so much people. Them can't. You say, if we don't make money and you have the world, so enough of them people have them have to hustle. But you can't dismiss them like them not real. And say you're the 3 point, you'd be an idiot. See? So what the foreign ministry should have do, yeah. If you not face reality not now, this will not change. What the foreign ministry should have do, engage America and Europe and ask them instead they send the plant to China. If you can't send some of them, not they don't say they can't send that bullshit. Real factories. We could build some plane wing, I will build back some tire, I will build some things where it needed. We can do it. Build the factory them in Jamaica. We could employ some of our people. And then negotiation of our people, them should have go on them, the government. So you look real job. Yeah, Chinese, they have most of the factory them should in your country work. That take away the job for your people. Them have around 200,000 of them. See? Our country for run like this. Eh? Oh, you feel good. Fear exhort over 700,000 people out of the workforce. I said them under. You can't tell me that. Because every day when we talk to people, there is no job. And by the way, if you do a minimum wage, no, to where the money value at 60, like 160 to 1, it go up, it fluctuate. With the money value, where things value and everything, and then, you know, for pay a taxi and everything. If I'm gonna give you 16,000 and you take 2 taxi, for the day go and 2 come, $200 per taxi now, $800 per day for bus here. So you use 1,200, you have to use like 1,500 or 1,700 for just a little food to keep it, because you have to eat. If you look at this little back food near around 1,800 or 1,000, that gone up. And you have to get something for drink. Right? So if you buy a medium-sized back food and something, not a large back food, you know, you have to kind of starve yourself, you know. Yeah? No, because everything tough. Right? If you spend 2,500 per day by yourself for move, how much you spend for 5 days? 12,500? How much you go home? You have to pick me away and them go to school too, you know. You have to spend 12,500 for 5 days. Right? 5 days. Out of 16, even if they put it at 17. 12,500. So you go home, put it at 17,000. What you go home with? 4,500. How much a pound for chicken? It can get a Sunday dinner, or you send a picnic go to school. You have to pay like this, you have to go cast and tea fly. That way you go home with can't do nothing. I remember you have to cook every day. Different from them, the picnic them have to eat every day and you have to go eat a dinner when you go home. What you eat, it's worthwhile for 17,000, man. In other words, 100 US. 100 US. You work $20 a day then, man. Work it up. Yeah? You can work at $20 a day. Tell me now, what that can do to you? You work it, you know, but when you spend it out back, when you spend out it back, you spend most of that for just eat something, to keep you and pay your bus fare. Eh? You know, see, I stay with that. Eh? You have to borrow light. No, I'm going to explain to us. So maybe just move it. It's there. Start and have it there. It is just look for how much underemployed. Look for the latest one. Because you see one with 690,000. This time I show you, say them only talk back for 2026, 700,000. It's more than that. Yeah, man. Bless up. Bless up. Yeah, man. Yes, cool. Yeah, man. See? So I'm going to move this out of the way. All right. So I'm going to move this out of the way. We use statistics around here. One thing I do tabloid. Yeah? We talk for poor and needy. I don't care what you do. If you allow the government to put out this and disregard the rest of people, then you will never get a better Jamaica. A human being like yourself. You would notice how people are white car glass. You would notice how you have some people for survive them loading taxi and them all want to get something to eat, a little food. Them find something to do. And the government not have the job to give them. So the government will come and tell us so much people are work and then trap and one. This is bullshit. Private sector don't have them out, separate and all. Them don't have the job. Them don't. Yeah? Them do. If you care about somebody, them birthday for them dinner, for your dinner, how much money you spend? And Anthony, how much money the last time you spent for your lady birthday or your earth strand? How much money you spend for a fish dinner? Because them can't eat them food and I remember them can't eat healthy. Because you can't carry home $4,000 for a week. 3,000 yeah, 4,000 now, because it was 3,005. Right? You carry home $4,000 for the week. Oh, you send your people them go to school now. Oh, you a 45,000 you spend? Okay. For your earth strap. You look on that. Tell me, say the country I want to go. Let me move that one. Me like explain to this, and I explain to you. I talk for me. I put them up. Make you see them. Let me move this. All right. You talk about the GDP now. Yeah. The debt to GDP ratio. So let me play Madam Lagarde, because I know him do this. Let me just play when the IMF woman come, when them put it in a laws, ma'am. Laws. 2014. Not my word. Watch out. Look here.
As you heard earlier, Christine Lagarde, the managing director of the International Monetary Fund (IMF), is in Jamaica on official business. Madame Lagarde, who is a native of France, was elected managing director of the multilateral agency on June 28, 2011, succeeding Dominic Strauss-Kahn. Her visit to Jamaica underscores the fund's support for Jamaica's economic reform program and signals her commitment to assisting the wider.
For Jamaica economic reform program, just look for yourself. You are telling me 2016 and then 25, and when it gone down to debt to GDP. Listen yourself. Bills are 100, did have it last, it go up to 140 yard. By the way, the first time IMF ever leave Jamaica is 1995 under PJ Patterson. Him said that at the Bush administration, long time 100 in the cabinet too. Bring back IMF 2009, 2010. Okay? And by the way, 2009 have the worst murder rate. 1,683. The second one at 2005. 70 something there, so yes. And the third one at 1647. Andrew Holness, 2017. Me will show you too. Yeah? When you take facts check on them thing, they run as a statistic, we use it right. We see how them I use it this and them to stop the foolishness here. Alright. Watch this. See Lagarde and listen this. Listen when you go into in a
Caribbean. Just last week, the executive board of the IMF confirmed that Jamaica successfully passed all 4 tests on the year 1 of the extended fund facility. The country is set to receive another $70.9 million, bringing total disbursements to date to $414.4 million.
In the first year of program implementation, key reforms that had been pending for a long time were implemented.
They were implemented, and listen to here when it's implemented. Because I remember say Andrew Holness administration, him and Bruce first and him failed, them go back to IMF and buy the people their money and couldn't pay them back. And them say Jamaica for sit down and fail. If you know the truth, man. We not go around there, so we not play, man. We have it, look here.
In particular, the tax incentive legislation approved by Parliament in December 2013.
2013, the tax legislation, tax one by approved. And here when the fiscal thing had approved now, listen.
And the fiscal rule approved in...
The physical rule, these are the same rule where you are telling me about. 2016 and 2025, listen.
March 2014.
Paper.
Parliament in December 2013. And the fiscal rule approved in March 2014.
It's in a law. So all 100 who come in, you know, if you just continue to pay it and don't break it, it carry it down that we can manage the thing. And 100 with it approved 2014. Andrew in a power 2014. Push in a power from 2012. They have a creep card to flow for do this. And that's the truth. You said facts set me, I'll take it and show you. These are the IMF boss, they come at Jamaica. And I see this attack. Okay? Not my word, and this is JIS. Continue. Facts check.
But there are other major reforms that are on the must-do list, including improving the collection of taxes
Yes.
so that there is no evasion
Yes.
and there is collection.
Mm-hmm.
Modernizing the public sector and improving the business climate in
Yeah.
order to pursue the attractiveness of Jamaica, which has caused foreign direct investment to significantly improve and increase over the last 12 months. Consistent implementation of these reforms will boost investor confidence and growth.
We're making further improvements in the business environment and implementing major projects in a timely way to serve as catalysts for growth and development. It is also the shared commitment of the government and the IMF that vital social safety net programs will be maintained to protect the most vulnerable, even as we press ahead with economic transformation.
Yeah, well, economic transformation now, better go, all right.
Madame Lagarde also responded to concerns about the slide in the value of the Jamaican dollar.
Well, I think you have
Yo, the slide, yo, share, tell them what to do now.
to
Listen.
look back to where we were a year ago, where growth was collapsing, employment was going up, where reserves were running out, and where Jamaica was bleeding its reserves in order to support a currency that was clearly overvalued. So as a result of that, and to give all levers to the Jamaican authorities, and I'm talking here about the finance minister and the governor of central bank, it was necessary to determine a devaluation of the currency so that it could be at the right level of appreciation. It was clearly overappreciated. A lot has been done. There's still a little way to go, not much.
Yeah.
Still a little way to go. But
So we still a little way to go, not much, because a lot have been done. Yeah. And you take the one of these as credit and say, well, how me can not go someone that's going to laugh from 2014. It's there. It's documented.
it's clearly on a net value that you have to determine that devaluation. I don't like to use the word devaluation, and I prefer to use the word right valuation, because it may well be down the road as the program proceeds, as growth picks up, and as the reserves build up, that it will not be devaluation forever, and it might revaluate.
So if go to pick up and I think it'll reevaluate by this, man. You know? Continue.
Okay? So, right valuation has to do with determining the right currency level on the basis of production factors, on the basis of inflation differential, on the basis of competitiveness factors. Jamaica has the IMF full support. We stand ready to help in any way we can. But of course, it is up to the Jamaicans, with the public and private sector working in close harmony, to build a bright future.
Jamaica thanks Madame Lagarde and her team for the policy advice, technical assistance, and financial support, which have provided valuable contribution. It proved valuable in our continuing quest for economic prosperity.
All right, so me not done, me just a start. So me I show you where that come from, that put in a law where you see Andrew tell you, and if you control the debt to GDP ratio. Let me play something again, make it hear this. All right, look now. Debt to GDP ratio. Come here and show you who come with this. All right, move out of the way there, so we can play this. Which part I put that one there? All right, that one here. Information, look.
Online. No lines, no hassle. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ will be implementing the...
This, when I play, me can play the one for 2014 to first, you know. Because, you know, make a year the jet to GDP ratio. All right, listen. Let me play the 2014 and then I play that one there. Yeah, because you think say Andrew control the debt. No, that it's set, man. And you are here the 2020, this is 2015. I'm want you to listen for yourself now. You need to listen for yourself. Nobody not tell you. But me I show everything where you're documented, man. Yeah? Document. Remember just draw that one IMF 2015. IMF. All right. Me could play 2014 tracker. 2014.
Hello, I'm Jovan Johnson with the IMF Tracker. This week, Jamaica's debt to GDP ratio declining. IMF invites civil society to give its input on its surveillance role, and the Planning Institute of Jamaica has positive economic forecast. These stories in a moment, but first, our question of the week. What is a shoestring? Stay tuned, the answer comes up at the end of the program. Jamaica's Finance and Planning Minister Dr. Peter Phillips says the country's debt to gross domestic product GDP ratio is on a downward trajectory. By the end of the 2013-2014 fiscal year, on March 31, it's expected to be 8% lower than it was at the end of the previous fiscal year. Prior to Jamaica's agreement with the International Monetary Fund IMF on May 1 last year, the debt to GDP ratio was at 147%.
Not my word. Prior to them get back the deal, it was 147%. That me tell you, this is what me do, you know. I see the IMF boss herself come and tell you when them go through the deal and what them do. Right? Continue. Watch
But by the end of March, it's expected to be lowered to about 139%. Speaking at a forum recently, the finance minister said unless Jamaica has a wish for national suicide, the government has no option but to make the current economic support program with the IMF a success.
Yeah, the government have no option but to make it a success because they might try to down the day. It go 147 now. Yeah? And them get the deal, them have to creep across the room, get the deal, and the IMF boss herself came to Jamaica. And you said, you put in a large, and Andrew put it in there, you know. Them put it in a large. It's there. It's there. Where Andrew, you know, like Andrew like the PR, and you don't play politics with these things. I don't. Listen, if me have a siblings and them around this, me tell you, listen, you know, you see like come see enough for them that go around. That's why I'm not play for my thing, you know. And them play politics and them JP and them don't do that. If you know world government accountable, we live in a big country. You will never get nothing better. You can't put cars on your eye, no care you run. I could have your brother, sister, when them in there, you hold them foot to the fire. That means you get better service for the country. That means you can live in peace and you're all right. But you can't be a hypocrite and you know you go for one party, but when a party I do some little things, you know about hold them enough. You have to hold them accountable, man. You know want to get a better country. Continue.
The IMF is seeking civil society's views on how to improve the effectiveness of its surveillance. Surveillance refers to the fund's role in overseeing the international monetary system and the monitoring of the economic and financial policies of its 188 member countries. The consultation with the civil society organizations will form part of the 2014 Triennial Surveillance Review. This review is a periodic evaluation of how well the IMF assesses the risks and prospects for economies around the world.
All right, now we'll move that. Now we'll go 2015 now. Because I'm about tracker. He said 145, but it really was 147. So I'm going to put up 2015 and here when them talk about this now in a 2015 with Ian Boyne. Right? Hear this.
Electronic filing of all employers' annual returns. So get with the program and to save time and energy. For more information, call 1-888-TAX-HELP. That's 1-888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm.
On Wednesday, the Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Peter Phillips, closed the budget debate. We brought into studio two of the country's prominent financial analysts to break down the government's plans for the upcoming fiscal year, including intended growth outcomes. Listen now for...
Why you listening up? Why you listen to Anna? It's a 2015-2016 budget, right? But listen this, and you're going to hear how it does this.
Their take on the government's fiscal plans.
Yes.
It is because we are honoring our commitments and passing the test, while Jamaican businesses and individuals are benefiting from the lowest interest rates in decades. It is because we are honoring our commitments and passing the test, while Jamaican home buyers are getting the benefit of single-digit mortgage rates, with lending rates trending even lower to make housing available to the Jamaican people.
Thanks for joining us for this special GIS presentation looking at the 2015-2016 budget. I'm Ian.
You see who there? The guy called there and thing there. I'm gonna try to show you, these things documented, man. Look, 2015.
And with me to discuss issues related to the minister's presentation as well as related issues, we have in our studios the CEO of the private sector organization of Jamaica, Mr. Dennis Chung, and well-known financial analyst and preeminent financial journalist, Ralston Hyman. First, Dennis, your overall reaction to the presentation.
The presentation now, I think it was a good presentation. Nothing new revealed. I think he just, went over some of the issues that need to be clarified.
But you clarified a number of issues.
Yes. And I think that's important. Coming at the end of a budget debate, you don't want any questions or any doubts to be left hanging. So it's important to clarify the issues that arise. So I mean, we'd expect that this would come out of it, of the debate.
The main things that jumped out at you, Ralston, and which are salient for discussion in your view?
Well, as a matter of clarity, the minister again reiterated that the budget laid the foundation for accelerated economic growth. It met our commitments to our international partners to pay down the debt.
Yeah, but pay down the debt. You're here. Listen.
And the people of Jamaica to provide basic social services while accelerating economic growth. It is fundamental that we stick to this timetable. The minister reinforced the need to pay down the debt because the trajectory we're on is to reduce the debt to GDP ratio from 145% in 2012 to 96% by 2020 and to the internationally accepted norm of 60% by 2025.
Hold on again. You ask me, you tell me it's a 2025, 68, but it's a trajectory if it's stable through the little hurricane. And Andrew do this. So the trajectory where Mama P leave it plan where IMF, all them set it up, you where it for go, and then it will reach by 60 by 2025. By 2025, 60%. And Andrew capital 60%. It said they put in a law. Not my word. You know what, it's a 2015, 2016, this and I tell you where it for go? Because it's set that way if you pay it down and carry down the debt. So Andrew never do nothing to this. But Andrew does weather politics. Same does play, we carry down the debt and we run with it. But me, I said, no, it put in a law. And by the way, at them go back to IMF in 2010. See? You see, when people like we, when we do fact checking and we keep it real around here, we not add nothing. Him could not tell you when it, and it go down. If you look on the project, them have it enough for 2013. They have it too. They have it somewhere around here. Wait for go down in the years, then, but something happened and it go back. And it got for reach 60, 2025. And even pierce that by 2030. If it down the sun, even pierce it go down to 2030, that means you can manage your debt better. You understand? Save $1, save 60%, that boom bam bam, you still have a 40, can do all kind of things, you fix road, they do this, you do that. Same, they 100 it will go 140, 145, and that 147. Play it again.
The presentation now, I think it was a good presentation. Nothing new revealed. I think he just, went over some of the issues that need to be clarified.
But you clarified a number of issues.
Yes. And I think that's important, coming at the end of a budget.
It's the year, 2025, it's supposed to go 60%. But when it goes to 60, let me not care who are run it, it's in a law from 2014. I could have tagged to the Prime Minister, from them, they got default nothing again, and keep it on the trajectory. It set to go there so by then. So it set all your pay down over the long period. From there so, it will go down at 60%. But Andrew creep up that and say, we, and run out with that. Well, you know, I'm going to play politics. And you have some of them follow it. And things that Andrew said something, and you know, see the country mash up.
Debate. You don't want any questions or any doubts to be left hanging. So it's important to clarify the issues that arise. So, I mean, we'd expect that this would come out of it, of the debate.
The main things that jumped out at you, Ralston, and which are salient for discussion in your view?
Well, you know, as a matter of clarity, the minister again reiterated that the budget laid the foundation for accelerated economic growth. It met our commitments to our international partners to pay down the debt and the people of Jamaica to provide basic social services while accelerating economic growth. It is fundamental that we stick to this timetable. The minister reinforced the need to pay down the debt because the trajectory we're on is to reduce the debt to GDP ratio from 145% in 2012 to 96% by 2020 and to the internationally accepted norm of 60% by 2025. This is extremely important. It's not an academic exercise, and we want our people to understand if you owe too much money, then you'll have to be transferring the resources to servicing that debt. So you have very little resources if you bring it down to a household to fix the house, to expand the house, to buy basic food and services, as well as to provide education for your children. A nation is no different. So we need to pay down the debt so we can concentrate more resources on improving the country's social and economic infrastructure, educate our people, and to become more competitive in the international economy. So the budget lays the foundation for that. You also made a point about being accurate despite the fact that we're politicking. The orderly dissemination of accurate information is of paramount importance to the smooth functioning of our markets. Now, the point being made, and I have interest here, the National Insurance Fund remains viable. The net assets of the National Insurance Fund is $71.3 billion. If you look at all the NIF's numbers, we are beating inflation. And the fact of the matter is that an actuarial review has already been done, and those matters are under consideration. There are certain institutions which we must not try to politicize. So I'm one with the minister on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, try to politicize certain institution. Yeah. No, him say I agree with what and what, you know. You watch that.
I think the minister has advanced this whole discussion.
And people remember this, you know. This is 2015 interview with, remember Ian Boyne dead and gone, my good friend from way back down, so Ian Boyne. In 1992, me used to do that thing, get up vibes, and me look for talent, and you know, me advise them, carry them for RGR, carry them for, you know, do things to them, push them and give them a chance, and get a youth where nobody now advice, and you know, so me keep a talent show for them, you know. In a 90, him was one of my judge, you know. 92, yeah. 92, 93, 94, yeah. Me start that. See, that's what I say, them can't put me away, you know, because my thing them different, here. Yes, my thing them different. Then 92, 93, 94, 95, me start that. But everything what me I do in Jamaica, you know. Yes. And it's there documented. So here and me go way back here. This are 2015. It's 2015. Watch this.
Ralston and Dennis, of the passing of the IMF tests, the rigorous pursuit of the economic reform program, and the
economic reform, rigorous pursuit of the economic reform program. I had Andrew said, we can't do the politicking. It's that 2014 it put in a law. And you hear Ramsden tell them in 2015, say, yeah, it have a good tongue by then. I hear me play 2014 when they, you know, they watch up. Come on now. Eh? Hear this.
People's test and the growth test. I think that he made the point very forcefully that the things that are being done are laying the foundation for and are creating the conditions for the growth.
Thank you. So when Andrew even roast them, I tell Phillips, I tell him, say, what we are do? I have a pass the world growth test. Because I'm going to do this. Remember, the place is run dry already, you know. But Andrew turned that around now because, you know, no more Peter Phillips and them people that were there, you know, some younger head now where in there and you can just tell lie, but tell me one now, man like me like have the receipt of things, you know. And me have it, never archive. So me might think them, you remember me not do tab lie. And no man when I put out something can challenge me and they say stupid. When me I put out the thing them in front of you. And they say stupid and you're blind. You can't challenge me. But Andrew, I don't do politicking and talk bullcrap. See? Continue.
And for the social development of people.
Most certainly, one of the things that we have been seeing in recent times because of the competitive politics, people are positing the view that passing the IMF test is different from the passing the people's test. There's no doubt.
Andrew said that, you know. Boy, you pass the IMF test, you have to pass the growth test. Andrew, the same Andrew.
Dichotomy or no difference for the simple man between passing IMF test and people's test. What we want our people to understand is that we have a major debt problem and the IMF is the lender of last resort.
Yes.
When nobody else is willing to lend you, the IMF will lend you. When you're getting money from the IMF, you'll also be able to get money from the World Bank,
True.
the Inter-American Development Bank, the European Union, the private capital markets look to the IMF for signals. So if you don't pass the IMF test, then you don't get any money from these institutions. So it means it affects your education program, your road building program, your social security program, your investment program. So passing the IMF test is integral to getting money from these institutions, as well as to improve investor confidence. It is investor confidence which drives investments, and it is investments which drives jobs and growth. So passing the IMF test lays the foundation for access.
Good. All right. So you say me come and play it for you, Anna. Me come and play it. Now you say something else now. You say something else. So may I show you. We have put the money and all kind of things. And me answer that one. Trade them there. Let me answer that one for you now. Let me answer that one for you now. So you ask about this now. Yeah. Mainstream media, hey, never. Remember the man that will is tough run here, say, you know, if somebody has said to Anna King, because she writes something and, you know, with all respect, you know, I'm going to show you if you ask me something and she say, you know, statistic and she'll come up with something and I show her, I say, no, this wrong. Like how them run out now, starting changing at 2023, you know. How them, you know, them deal with the job and them thing there. Because them tell you under employment. There is no such thing about underemployment. You're not working. You're unemployed. Yeah, you're not working. But you don't want a job. Who in Jamaica don't want a job? You call a man now. Me go into the place and me park my car when me look my car well wash and well clean. That when someone amass it. So every man around my car, I don't mind. Me no mind. You go up, you drive uptown there, so you look everybody wipe off your glass. You understand? Them a look something to do because them have to eat food. And the government, they don't have the job to give the people them. But you can't use statin and then you X out over 700,000 people and then say, oh, we're full, the labor force full enough. We're full. We're the first time full employment and you have over 700,000 people not working. And you admit it, you know. If you look on Statney Trace, say them have over 700,000 people not working. Oh, they're not looking at, you are telling them bullshit. And you know, go around and talk to the people. There's over 1 million people not working. And yes, still everything where you use them have to use a human being and I go to act them, you know. When you look the people, them are also some woman leave all them picnic and sell them body. Going back with them and sell them body all over the place. HIV up because people are trying to survive now have no food. And them are telling me something different. The Chinese shouldn't have done their work. But we train up some civil engineer, take them out of our place to build. Yeah? Keep the money in Jamaica, them and take it out. Them have to get smart. We can afford to build up a place back. See? But them are joker. Yeah, some people, you know, you back them with them foolishness. But Andrew do his PR, you know, with another PR. So let me go to that one now. So let me hear Flavor when she asks about the reserve. Hear this.
National reserves of any government, Madam Speaker.
Any government. The government have no money for putting that. Remember the government couldn't take a taxpayers' money and put out. in a bank account for reserve. Or they make the reserve. Bank of Jamaica is a standard entity. We make the reserve, them charge, and then buy up them US with money. Because they make money, you know. Us in trust make money too. The same money where you see. This are the first administration we use NHT from inception from 2016 to straighten up and then take it to 5 more years. That's for sure it's not going on. And then you go in other entity, go take money. You go in a FID, no, go take money out of FID. She. And I said, if them want it, remember, when the insurance and them thing that go up. Remember my word. See, if the country did not run good and them could have talked about reserve, them that live on NHT in the first place, you could have a hurricane and them go borrow 6.8 billion and you have a reserve. If them could have used it, them cannot use the reserve. That are for the amount of goods and the oil where to run the country. Remember, you know, you have the Jamaican dollar, but you have to approach the bank and buy the US them use. Our currency. You have to buy that because Jamaican dollar can't leave the shores. So when Bank of Jamaica buy up everything, you pay them, every bank and every them institution, them charge good fees. Bank of Jamaica make money, them want money. And the Jamaican government have put money there. Yeah? Yes, they make them want money. Right? Yeah, but you know the government, you know, and not more places, standalone make them want money. Housing Trust, National Water Commission. I'm going to wreck the place. You have some place, the same thing there, where the custom. They make them want money and the government that put money in it. They make them want money. Them hand over money to the government. See, but them pay them one staff and do them one thing. Them and the government that give them a pay bill to pay these people. And people know these things. See it? All right. Here what she say, so I'm going to play something after this. Listen here. Listen what she bought, pan. But yes, look on the whole place. Look on the whole place. The reserve does so much oil. A matter of fact, you hear them about pan the oil. Yeah, this is what she say, you know. Listen here. Listen here.
Madam Speaker. We have built the largest net international reserves of any government, Madam Speaker. The net international reserve stands strong at US $6,839,000,000 as of March 5th, 2026.
Remember, just listen a word, you know. Listen a word, and I'll play something after this. Listen a good. Listen a keenly. This is January 2031, right?
We take the gross rather than the net reserves and measure it in weeks of goods and services imports. That would be.
You was just imports. So if you have the money and the government have it, but you never use it in a school and you cannot touch it. You have to replace it. If you remember, and a US, you know, a foreign currency. So if the government will touch this, they have to replace it back with the equivalent in a Jamaican dollars. Them don't have it. Them don't. So either just mash up that and them that sink the whole of that. Them can't touch it. Hear this. Your shut up bowl, remember shut up bowl, and listen.
36 weeks based on the official figures that the Bank of Jamaica publishes. The global international benchmark is 12 weeks, meaning it's considered adequate for a country if its gross reserves covers 12 weeks of goods and services.
Remember what she said, it's good for 12 weeks if it can cover goods and services. Remember the government now find money for buy goods and services. Remember so the private sector want the US to buy that them can buy them things to do and the oil around the country. Right? The money they have to buy. Petrol them have to buy the US from the Bank of Jamaica too. Because they make them own money too, you know, Petrol jam. To go do whatever. You have some agents that make them own money and drop money in this. Continue.
Import. Jamaica has 36 weeks, Madam Speaker. Our NIR is strong. Our net international reserves is strong. It is instructive to note that when we took over government in February of 2016, from the now opposition.
Hear this.
The NIR at that time was only 2 billion. That side over there has never had a...
So what I have to do, remember, you know, when Mama P take it over from Andrew, I don't think them have one. But that now have nothing to do with you because remember, you know, if you have 6, you don't. You have 12 weeks. You remember she talk about just trying, listen now good enough. Listen what she has said, listen.
History
Listen
of
now.
having strong NIR.
Hear
All
this.
of 1992 and 1993,
Hear this.
they had negative net international reserves. We have worked, Madam Speaker, to ensure the net international reserves.
We have worked. All Bank of Jamaica, do them have the money and we have the US, them buy it back and them sell who for you. And then top up to make the money in a run. And them have to work nothing. Okay? Just watch this, hear this. And them have charge a bigger fee, right? Continue.
Reserves remain strong for moments like these. Because we know that the true purpose of the NIR is to protect Jamaica against the vagaries of the external world.
Of the external world. Hear what she say now? Just remember a word. Put them down in Anthony. Can I play something after this? Put it down.
One such is a significant sudden movement in oil prices.
So she can protect the country. Remember she said this, you know. Listen.
Madam Speaker, here is the perfect example of why we should not party with the rent money.
It's not a rent money. And I like where the government go borrow some money from the IMF and thing, the NIR. But me say them charge fees and everything from what them are doing and all kind of, you know, and them use the money to buy up US and you keep the US so you can buy it back from them and then put on a thing. Remember when you buy US, them buy it for a thing and then when you buy it from them, they make a money from that too, you know. So them have more and more money them kind of way there, you know. Bank of Jamaica make money. Yeah, here it is.
We should not party.
Your bank account, you should not party with the rent money. You hear her?
We should not party with the NIR, Madam Speaker.
Yeah.
We must keep it strong. It is one of our important buffers.
I remember she has a buffer. Remember she them and the government that put a cent at this. Eh? Continue.
As a government, we will put our shoulders to the heavy task of reconstruction that is now required following the Category 5 Hurricane Melissa. The Jamaican people know that we will navigate through all the geopolitical uncertainties and the complexities that face.
This them talk and make no sense. People sit on the tent. People hungry like dog. Them not have nothing at all. Look how rich people them. Higher bill, higher this, higher this. Remember the NIR supposed to be the buffer, you know. If you buffer, make them fling it and put in oil, don't it? And make everything low and better for you. What happened to you now? Eh? Light bill double. Everything gone up. Continue. Remember April this.
We brought the nation safely out of COVID-19.
So they never brought a nation and who work. You don't me tell us fact. And who tell people who brought nation when they lock up people and do all kind of things. Remember 3,700 they said that, you know. And more than that said speed. I nursed everything. Who brought the world out of the pandemic is who? World Health Organization. And tell you when to stop with this, when it's all right, this, and then give them thing. Every country, Canada, every country. Not them. So them brought nation safely. All this is bull crap. It's an international thing. This now we are talking about a pandemic, you know. Yeah, continue. Remember them not do nothing for them own, none at all. No Canada, no America, none of them. Continue.
We brought the nation through a Category 4 Hurricane Beryl and Tropical Storm Raphael.
The nation never brought through. What you talk, man? I know people not get nothing from down there from Beryl. Much less. These are those politicking. You have to get real and stop this. Hear this.
All in the same year in 2025.
Hear this now.
And, Madam Speaker, we have already demonstrated that we can take the nation through the Category 5 Hurricane Melissa.
I know people are suffering. When you see what going on, you hear this? Talking to me, nothing to, I want thing, I really get tired of me, but with principle. You see, no care what you do, you know, ramp with people and come put up no word and then lap bend. Me no in that with you, me a action. Me a man where, me not in them foolishness, you know. I want me to say foolishness, it get me upset. Yeah, because I knock out against it. I can't point out the arms house. Remember, you know, she said, one them can weather storm and do everything. Remember, she just say it, you know. Continue.
And we will take Jamaica through this significant war in the Middle East that has impacted oil prices. And so, Madam Speaker, I say to the people of Jamaica,
listen,
you have our assurance that no matter to what level the price of a barrel of oil goes,
yes,
this government has the leadership, capacity and capability to lead Jamaica safely through any storm.
Remember my word. She touched all the island. Remember, remember play it back. Can I play? Just watch the video when I play after this.
Listen to the people of Jamaica. You have our assurance that no matter to what level the price of a barrel of oil goes,
yes,
this government has the leadership, capacity and capability to lead Jamaica safely through any storm, oil price increase or any other geopolitical.
Oil price increase or anything shall lead you through. That minute now go up for no, them will lead you through. Remember, here the oil price increase or so. And watch the video when I play now. Play it back. Play it back.
This government has the leadership, capacity and capability to lead Jamaica safely through any storm, oil price increase or any other geopolitical issues that come our way. You have the evidence of our leadership.
Okay. Remember, she just said that. Look at she in the crowd now. Remember, you know, even if the oil price go up, shall lead you, shall make sure you're all right. Look here. Hear this now.
The Strait of Hormuz. The world has been experiencing increased oil prices, and Jamaica has not been spared those increases.
Anjo, all you come so we not see that. She said it's not April, and when you look at the other day, she run out with this. Them run out with this. Me tell you, don't follow them words. What I want thing with me, you know, me can't do. You see what them do? And they make people glad on the people. When they start doing their own research, man, and get real, man. All the government accountable, man. Or honest, or she tell you for any storm, them have a weather. Any oil prices because them have 6.8 billion in the NIR reserve. And them whether any storm, and we get them assurance. So the government come out and come say something different. After she said it, you know, this I want this, you know. Let me play it back now. Let me make you hear this. When you did it before, Rennie, you did hear this before? Merlin, you did hear this before? Eh? When you hear this before? Super reasonable. Eh? Hear this now with one joke. Remember, should I say any storm, you know? Any storm. Hear this.
And the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The world has been experiencing increased oil prices, and Jamaica has not been spared those.
Brother, she said we have 6.8 and we don't want to hear this. Just watch me, I tell you, so them can't just, you see me, I tell you, she lab them out and politicking, it don't work for me, you know. Eh? Never. Remember, me just play, she said, any time I want to have an assurance. No care about no oil price. Check away there any time. Yeah, and see how they're quiet. Remember open it, see how they? She telling us I'm just like a month or two before him come with this. Listen again. Look how she quiet now.
Been experiencing increased oil prices, and Jamaica has not been spared those increases. Nevertheless, the increase in fuel prices in Jamaica compared to other countries have not been as extensive.
It's extensive. We're not about compared to other country. We live in another country. Yeah, this.
And that is because the government has taken action in terms of trying its best through its limited resources to manage those increases.
So you mean by limited resources? She don't say them have 6.8 billion and with any staff. We don't understand when I talk about the resources now, Anna. Eh? Limited resources. We think them say them have 6.8 billion. But them go borrow 6.8 billion US now, figure. And we great-great-grandparents never pay back. Them can't touch the NIR like that. The NIR, I had to buy oil, where when we Jamaica dollar can't leave the place. We don't understand the NIR, you know. A matter of fact, I play a governor. After this, I play the Bank of Jamaica deputy governor. Listen what I'm saying about the money, the NIR, if the government can come use it. Remember me, I tell you this. Don't tell me about no NIR and make them out with foolishness. You want the stats? Listen what Andrew said.
Today, I received a report from the Ministry of Finance and from the team from Petrojam and the Ministry of Energy on the cost of the subsidies that have gone into managing the increases in fuel and the strategies that we will have to put in place to cope. I am going to ask Chairman of Petrojam, Metro Siaga, to just give a general.
You say, Andrew, you have to stop, give them money and give. Enough of people have voted for Labour at long time, jail plea. But when they have the people go to university and whatever you want a good job too. For the people in the 700,000, only in the 700,000, we don't know someone look job, but them say we don't want a job. So why we can't get one of these work? But when have some bright kids will go through one can't get no work in if you have the call center. These people are rotate. Me now vote for no party and them rotate people. I rotate some guy when I have no brain. Well, whole Jamaica down, I want to see one. Remember one of the boss when you vote. Your kid forget elevated if you don't get elevated. Your neighbor or a niece or a nephew or somebody who have the brain, it will stop. But let me go on listening.
Idea of what Petrojam has been doing and the cost to the consolidated fund.
Thank you, Prime Minister. I think it's important that the public of Jamaica understand that whilst Petrojam has been having to purchase fuel at very expensive prices, we have not been passing on those prices to the consumers because we have been mindful of the fact that it can be an inflationary component and that it could provide hardship to the people of Jamaica. So,
oh, she quiet now and she just tell him say she have the money for when they're in the storm and the island, anything she can deal with it. Here in Van Petrojam now, Mrs. Siaga.
With that in mind, we have capped the increase in fuel to $4.50 per
enough money that pam people, but you cap it for 4.50 cents
per liter per week per product.
Per week. So every week him just put on it $4.50 per it.
And we have done so at a very, very large cost to Petrojam and by extension the government of Jamaica.
Here him say to Petrojam. So by extension the government of Jamaica, Petrojam really has spent that money. Them have the money. Them put on them price, what have you, the taxes go back to the government, they make them more money. You say by extent to the government? Continue.
Just put that in simple terms. Yeah. We don't pass on the full cost.
No,
the cost is limited to the increase of just 4.
You say you know pass on the full cost. Remember, you know, she see a man stand up in April and tell her, say, no, what's the cost? Because she can't weather any storm. Look how she look now. That's not embarrassing for you come to these big chat. And we are saying nothing can go so. And then by a month and two, everything we may tell you say it can go so. It proves I'm right. Remember my crunch numbers in. And when I do me know the foolishness, I tell the people them the truth. Look how she stand up and look. Remember me does a player. She can assure Jamaican people any storm them with and Uno good. No, what's the price side? Uno good. Hear this now. Hear this. Hear this.
$4.50.
Yeah, about a fifth of the cost is what is
of the
passed
increase.
on.
What is passed on.
And to date, it has
But you
cost-
still have to pay for it.
Yes, absolutely. We have to pay for it on the open market like anybody else. And to date, it has cost us about $22 million US in the 6 weeks of the war. And, you know, that's something that's been very costly to us. And that's why we wanted to bring it to your attention to see.
You know what I'm saying? It's very costly to us. Better them spend their money there. So may I bring it to your attention. Because I mean, we and the government have put fund there. It make it one fund. But it's draining to them. She said, no worry, because that and that and that. Remember, for them get them US if they spend, them have to buy it from Bank of Jamaica. People have to understand the NIR, you know. And them too in a private sector, the one of the money the way you use 7.8 billion. I buy the money from Bank of Jamaica. Them use it. But the money they, you know, finish itself because you have other people that sell them back, they go in, money go in remittance and boom boom Bank of Jamaica buy that back from, you know, the commercial bank, them are who have it and, you know, give them a price and then them sell it a price so they make profit on it. So them the mind like them do a business. So they make money. And plus all of these banks them charge them some fees and all kind of things. You know, if you every little thing penalty every pay you. So Bank of Jamaica make them money. But when she come and talk like that and say the NIR, you don't think so we rich. And the government is a broke government. Them just borrow 6.8 billion, the biggest set of money them borrow. We need to understand these things, understand figures. Yeah? You understand? And stop politics. Stop the politics and play politics with people. Yeah, yes, Bolo. Yes, brother.
Yes, sir. Sir Alonso, good evening.
Yes, my father.
The live flow. I searched one video along with me see a play couple days ago, 3 days ago, where Andrew was telling people himself in quick.
Oh, me soon send that come here, can't you with the on the live?
Yeah, fine. You look like
no, me give you, man. You may soon give you. But me there I go and beat them. So me soon get it.
Go and beat them, man.
All right, respect, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yes, all right, Bolo. Big up yourself. See? So hear this now. So you saw she quiet. You remember she just scared thing, you know. That's why I say you cannot follow these things. Look here.
How we could find a solution to that.
So the government is very, very cautious about instability in the fuel markets in Jamaica because...
Yeah, they know. Or your government get caught just on instability. When she guarantees everything good. She does guarantee everything good. Bolo, you see this? Me does play, she guarantee everything grease, you know. And don't have, I'm a tough fuck. Let me play that little last part there with her. Let me play it back. Listen this, Bolo. Listen this. Let me play back the last part there with her before I finish play what Andrew has said. That's what I say you can't follow them. You can't follow them. Put back this. Play this.
Hurricane Melissa. And we will take Jamaica through this significant war in the Middle East that has impacted oil prices. And so, Madam Speaker, I say to the people of Jamaica, you have our assurance that no matter to what level the price of a barrel of oil goes,
no matter the level, if it even want to go $1 billion, you have 6.5 in the region. Remember, you know, that will be built up by the Bank of Jamaica. I'm not going to play the governor, the deputy governor here. Them can't just touch money like that, neither. Don't follow this. These are all PR stunts. No matter the price go, where you can do, no matter the price come on.
This government has the leadership capacity and capability to lead Jamaica safely through any storm, oil price increase, or any other.
Oil price increase. So, Petrojam worry no and she they stand up. And not even open her mouth. Andrew or him. Me think the finance minister comes say something after you tell me say you push me through any high price increase. Everything because you have the biggest reserve. So you can't use it. I don't want to save it. You know, save it. Government broke. You're
goals. This government has the leadership capacity and capability to lead Jamaica safely through any storm, oil price increase, or any other geopolitical issues that come our way.
That come our way. The oil price increase. Mama just finished the oil price increase now. Because she didn't have open her mouth, you know. She said that 2 months before this come out. Eh?
The inflationary impact, but you know, the terrible impact that will have on the poor, and so we have taken a posture to, as best as possible, manage the increases. But anyone listening would immediately come to the conclusion that this is not something that can be done for the long term, and therefore coping measures will have to be put in place. We will continue to do our best to.
Them can't do it for the long term. No, the woman said them can't do it. So the finance minister said them can't do it, but now you are saying can't do. You don't understand what I say now? Oh, Andrew, she said any oil increase, anything. She did it. Them good. Them assurance. So, oh, you come and say no, it can't do. In the long term. Me that read Pums Vaz and said no, people have got to stay home like in the pandemic and cut down on them vehicle when they drive. But when the boss about the NIR, what me say when they can't use like that. But when they say yes, everybody rest assured. The finance minister said this. And by 2 months when I have look at.
To try and cushion the impact. But I think at this point, every Jamaican should be thinking about their energy consumption, thinking about their fuel consumption, and how they will conduct their business using various conservation methods to ensure that the cost to them is less. So in effect, consumer behavior change is an important part of the coping mechanism in this.
Mechanism. But she just said she cushion everything. And rest assured. That's what I say, cannot listen. When you follow these people, appear them doing it. And you have to speak truth to power. When you speak truth to power, everything where the man put out, it falls. The work, what the man talk about them. Or if you have over 700,000 people now work and you say you have 3.8%. We have to talk to them at PIOJ. Because if you have human being like ourselves, and if our family and friends, them not working, them can't get a job. But you have to tell me, say nobody not look job, you still have family and friends we talk to every day. Them can't get a job, not care what them put in. But you have to tell them, but there is no work, because no new factory now build. And you have to explain to them, they have more than 700, and more than like 1 million people now work now, you know, from that kid. But them have put out about 700,000. Work with what them put out. 700,000 we're starting to put out. Oh, you gotta get job, get 700,000 people. Oh. Because you can't go. If you did have Grace Kennedy, you can't take 5,000 or 10,000. Remember 700,000 we are talking. Because you gotta pay people for not working and to block you. It's a massive company. Who can take them? Last call. Who can take them? Who can take all the one of these people? We don't want to have new factories. You have to engage with America to give us some of the job, them build some of the factories and give us some of the job, them. We could put up people, them pan, even 2 car factory, we make some door and things for vehicle or something. Yeah? But we can employ our people, them. They get the people them employed fully. Instead of bogus numbers, 3.8%, nobody, but you have over 700,000 people now work. They have to eat, they have to brush teeth, they have to bathe, they have to do everything where you do. And you want family and friends there. And you know in your heart, say them a look job and there is none. And you have to tell them, say, some people want even say, boy, I could get a work overseas. But yes, they put out bogus figures, say them a work. This is bullshit. But yes, still, you put up the figures, say them people are under employment because them not looking the work. When you know, say them a look job and them not have none. You hear she come and talk big, and then by she talk big, Andrew I come tell you something different.
Global fuel crisis in terms of.
She said she have the shock, she have it locked. Yeah? Oh, you followed it. All right, hear this now. Hear this. Let me show you what I'm going in at the place now. Look here. Me play this. Me hear Big Mama run out and attack him bag of bull crap. You know that. Listen to NIR if the government can shut NIR. Hear this.
Norgay Banton.
Listen.
Senior Deputy Governor at the Bank of Jamaica BOJ, Dr. Wayne Robinson, says Jamaica's net international reserves, NIR, is not meant to fund infrastructure development projects or the provision of social services. This following suggestions this week from members of the business community about the use of the NIR. Norgay Banton reports.
Listen to the NIR, what I want to talk about. For buy goods and services. What happened to you? Eh? The senior deputy governor, I got to tell them what to do. Because remember, you know, you have some people think, say, no, you know, owners must collect them money. When collect them money from for building NIR. Remember the taxpayers' money where them talk about, you know, remember it's used every year, you know. Remember we have a fiscal budget with a 1.4 trillion now. Remember you have housekeeping, you have the people them forget pay how much things for buy and everything with this money. And them not get the money one time neither in the budget. So all them are build up NIR when them it's a budget them work off. Where them not get the money from the building NIR. Most of them are shortfall over more than 2 years now. Me not understand them people, and them building NIR, them not have the money to put in the NIR and build it. Eh? Me tell you, Bank of Jamaica build it. Listen to the deputy, because even them from PSOJ did I say, well, you have 6.8 billion, use some of it and build it. How you do that? And the money this from the government to go do. Him should not use all the trust money and make up in budget much, yes, to backside. Listen about the NIR, let me teach you something, okay? Hope you watch this. We work off a statistic here and read figures. No garbage. We keep it real here. And you're good. Me like your approach. Yeah, watch me like your approach. Because you know, come like the rest, we come up with them foolishness. You engage, and if them engage me like that, we can have, you know, me good. You know, but some of them not have no manners. I know me have discipline them. Because me not do that thing there. You understand? Me not do that. But you know, you have a different approach and respect. You have a different approach. And you have some people willing to learn. And don't because of party. You feel always patriotic. Think about you as a Jamaican. And the whole way they have mother and father side of people. So you might not go through something, but you have some cousin or some other people that go through it, and friends and family and neighbor where you know. And you're out, you can't be self-centered. No man, we can't be self-centered. Me not have nothing for earth, you know. No, we don't have nothing for earth. You have to turn back dust one day. You don't have nothing. So what we have at us with us, you know, just go and live until over time, yeah? So we don't have nothing. You could have 10 house, 20 vehicles, how much where you have, how much money where you go with it when you're dead. You don't have nothing. You just have something for us go and keep you comfortable till your time. So we don't have nothing for earth. Me think different, you know, out of the box. Listen about the NIR now, people. If the government can just go take the money and use it. If you take some of the US, you have to replace it with something. If it's not trouble, listen here. Listen here.
Senior Deputy Governor at the Bank of Jamaica BOJ, Dr. Wayne Robinson, says Jamaica's net international reserves, NIR, is not meant to fund infrastructure development projects or the provision of social services. This following suggestions this week from members of the business community about the use of the NIR. Norgay Banton reports.
Finance Minister Favour Williams says the country's NIR stood at $6.8 billion at March 5 this year. This provides over 36 weeks of goods and services in relation to import coverage. At the current level, the NIR is roughly 3 times the international benchmark of 12 weeks. Net international reserves represent a central bank's foreign currency assets minus its foreign liabilities. The BOJ accumulates reserves primarily from buying foreign currency daily from the market.
You understand now? And Andrew buy it. It's going to be the taxpayers and something. You have to be, and we go, well, come on, Andrew, just play with the head. We don't know. Remember my crunch numbers, you know, you can't trick up on this, you know. Maths are the greatest subject, man. Remember my crunch numbers. You can't trick up on these things. Come on, man. The whole world has to use maths, you know. The world build off of maths, everything wrong way. You understand? So this is how them accumulate this money. Them charge and them have this money and them buy these US and them sell it back and they make profit on it too. See? And this have nothing to do with the government, like the government have carry the money and it go save and I feed them money this. No. Yeah? Continue. Let me say it again.
This provides over 36 weeks of goods and services in relation to import coverage. Yes. At the current level, the NIR is roughly 3 times the international benchmark of 12 weeks.
Yes.
Net international reserves represent a central bank's foreign currency assets minus its foreign liabilities. Cool. The BOJ accumulates reserves primarily from buying foreign currency daily from the market.
Yes.
On Wednesday, while speaking on Nationwide this morning, businessman and former president of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, John Mahfood, said he believed the government would be wise to put the NIR to better use.
While the minister was positive about the growth in the foreign exchange reserve at 6.8 billion or 36 months, this comes at an expense, and there was no indication of where we are supposed to be going with the growth of the reserves. We haven't set a target. Most countries in the world, or the benchmark, is 12 weeks. We're now at 36 weeks. That 6.8 billion, which is being put into reserve, can be used otherwise to grow the economy. But
I can't use that.
The BOJ and the government seem intent on building and building without any end in sight. I don't think that's reasonable.
But Dr. Robinson, who appeared on Nationwide this morning on Friday, says that's not how the NIR is meant to function.
Reserves are not meant to be used to fund infrastructure developments or social programs. As laudable and as desirable those spending is, that's not what reserves are for. You see, you have to be careful as to how you take reserves from the central bank. If a government is going to take an asset from the central bank, it has to replace it with another asset. If it doesn't do that, what you're going to end up with inevitably is higher inflation. So governments have to be very careful.
You hear what I do? Mash up the country. They never know this. You understand? They never know this. Yeah. You understand? You still can buy goods on your island thing good. You can carry in these things and do your things. Yeah. See? If you take that, you have to replace it. So you take $1 billion, you have to replace it with 160 billion Jamaican. You have to replace it. Because I can buy that from them or whatever. You can't just go take it and get higher inflation. Can you have some government, everyone go take this now. And then if the central bank drain, like them want US and it drain now, you know, say everything I just run away. A matter of fact, them I use money from the central bank. If you top up the dollar, that's why it not run away yet. Them a pump, me a play time money hear it. Them a pump money. Them there and if you pump US, if you keep the dollar, if you know run away, gonna 200 and them thing. Them a pump it, them a do it with the US. Yeah? Can not work there. Naturally, so them have to pump it artificially.
And then that's not what reserves are for. You see, you have to be careful as to how you take reserves from the central bank. If a government is going to take an asset from the central bank, it has to replace it with another asset. If it doesn't do that, what you're going to end up with inevitably is higher inflation. So governments have to be very careful, and that's why the amended Bank of Jamaica Act was very clear and very strict in terms of the government's interaction with the central bank.
Instead, the
the Bank of Jamaica is very clear, the act, or the government interact with it. Kind of like the government have them own thing, man. So you have to know what you are doing with this. You understand? Yes.
The deputy governor says the purpose of the NIR is to respond to economic shocks and maintain stability in the foreign market.
We have to be mindful of the pass-through, the impact of rapid or controlled movement in the exchange rate, the impact that has on inflation. It is, as I say, it's also our insurance. So if you go back to COVID, for example, when the tourism sector was shut, we had reserves that we could draw on to help to buffer the economy. So it is our rainy day savings.
See it? When the tourists get down, them have reserve. Because we are saying, good thing we sending the money. Either use that now for buy the goods. And no goods and service. No goods can come in. No oil can come in. Like in the 80s when say I go buy oil. Them have remember I said them have when the ship coming up. Remember them have to go to our kind of people. We look the money. Them wanna offload the oil. In the 80s, them wouldn't. We shot the US. Them wanna offload it. Yeah? So them have to draft the money before the captain offload them oil when we run the country. That's why, all right, in other words, you see in Cuba, with them that's all right, send one back the doctor because Cuba now drop bomb by your country, but them export a lot of doctors and nurses and them about thing with them train them. Free and them just them pay back something and them, yeah. So for them thing now, them beat the embargo wagwan from the 60s. Because if you want to make over 11 billion in a US in a currency, where you can buy your oil and them thing there. You earn the hard buck. See? Them don't want that. That means you beat what them do. So them want to put that. That's why them that about the doctor and nurse. I just stop. And that's the truth. That's the truth. See? If people don't know these things, man. When they're going up and tell me the reserve and the government not build the reserve. The central bank will tell you about it bill and them have an act where show you say Andrew no matter come touch up them thing here, you know. It part up there. You understand? It part up there. Remember they are trading in the US, you know, man. And you need that your money can't go nowhere, leave your shores. Like a figure B. So if you not have that now, you know how it go. So that's why it's too vast starve at things now. The tourists them stop coming and get their money there. The nurse and doctor them you know get them money there, then you can lock them in now and say, yeah, we ain't back at work now. And it causes a lot of life. It causes a lot of things. We see it. We understand it. See? Continue yourself.
So to speak, it helps us to manage and to provide some form of insulation to the economy during times of shock. Importantly, it is signal of the ability of an economy, of a country to meet its external obligations. And that is very important for investors.
He added that
so if you can meet the external obligation, I remember, you know, the government still have to pay back IMF, so they still have to put back something there, and they have to get it in the US. If they not have it, what happen? So enough thing the central bank you have to use them money they for doing. You see? When you judge my food, him wrong. You think you can go. Then you think the government, when them are boss, and we don't worry. Me know them attack bull crap. And them the name John Mahfood and them. That's why I say you can't watch no masters where them have an arc and things like enough of them chat bullshit. Don't watch Jacket and Tie, you know. It have the most evilous, then it have the most stupid, and it have all kind of things with Jacket and Tie, you know. Yeah, me like go normal, you know. Yeah, like me I wear 2 packet like bush jacket, yes. Me go normal. Watch me thing there. Yes. Me like do that, man. Me better off. See, but keep it real. See, hear this.
the NIR is critical to providing foreign exchange for the government to pay its external debt.
You see me I tell about? It provides that too. And it provides for the goods that will come in and everything. Or it pay external debt. Eh? You want the foreign exchange?
Dr. Robinson also says a strong NIR underpins confidence in the economy and gives investors key assurances as they make plans to do business in the country. Nora Gay Banton for Nationwide.
Yeah, that's true. So you see what's saying here now, kind of people don't know. We are the strongest NIR and I give you assurance that the finance minister. Let me show you them at top up the place. Let me play this. Can them at top up the place, you know? Play this.
billion US dollars into the Forex market so far this year to keep the Jamaican dollar stable. That's almost...
Yeah, what them do? Them have pump money to keep it stable. Because for them cannot job that because the money that run when they're even harder for the people. Then. So you need the foreign, you need the money. Hear this.
The Bank of Jamaica has pumped almost $750 million US dollars into the Forex market so far this year to keep the Jamaican dollar stable. That's almost 7% of total market trading volume. When there's a great demand for US dollars but the supply from financial institutions is low, it drives up the cost of US dollars, making them more expensive. That in turn impacts everything we do in Jamaica. So the BOJ has been supplying US dollars to the market to keep the prices steady. Those US dollars come from our net international reserves, NIR, which is the...
It's what I don't know. Everything, Anna, you see, you tell me, fact, I get some fact check thing. So you see, why them have it? And Andrew makes some money and put it there. Yeah? Yeah, because hear this. When them come with a budget, the budget now, remember, the budget where they do everything, and like it's under 600 billion. The budget now it double. When you look on, when you say 6,000 in here, so and now the minimum wage, that's not extra again. It not have the value. The 16,000 and it not have the value of the 6,000. It don't. Just to pay your bread, if not gone up more than 100%. Get up more than 100%. You bet now, how much you bet? $500? And a 10% gone on a bet, more than 100%, 100%. So me, I bet for $700 and $250 gone to 500, 100%. Fat panic. Yeah, more than that now. How much you bet? How much you bet? Yeah? How much you flour and rice and sugar and them basic items? Soap and these things. People buy squeeze a toothpaste. And you say the country better now. You say about crime too. You hear this? Bank of Jamaica pump over 750 billion million, 3/4 billion million US to keep the dollar stable. Kind of run down about the business. So it a pump money in that Bank of Jamaica for they do all kind of little things. The place, yes. So the reserve, and I like them at a we bill. Come on, we know better than that. We know, and we know them have line when across and all kind of things. 950 for a small bread. Yeah. See there, 950. We bread them at sugar for a large bread. Bread was $250, don't it? Couple 100% that That's nearly 300%. $1,000, $1,000 seat there, man. 300% per bread. Yes. You understand? So these are the things that we are talking about. When they come and them say that we have said, come on. Stop though, see $1,000. See, stop the PR. And when you compare the thing, just look with the money value. The money value 120 US. When Madame Lagarde said for move, as she said for move and then move it. It value 160 hard. You know that's a shift. It's a third that in 120 you bust it in a tree. It's a third go on it, weighted value, boom. Yeah, and it up there. Yeah. See there? Mid-size. When you look them are cut down everything, every goods are cut down. People have that. How much you pay for rent? You look on the 16,000 or 17,000. And tell me how much you rent, can you rent double, or more than double. Anyway, you look on now, you have to live in the ghetto same way, you can't even come out. Because you can't pay 100. You cannot get 16,000 for a week. At 17, yeah, 17,000. 17,000, right? That's 68,000 per month. And you want to take out your daughter them and go up and think you want to live maybe in a Constant Spring Garden or something, you have to pay $150,000 to $200,000 for rent. How would that match up? And that time you have to go back and work and you have to go live where you live. Right now, it make a division. You can't buy food with that money there where you just start about. There is no way. No way. And you have to think about everything but going up to your bus fare. How much was bus fare there? So when you compare these things, we know better than that. We know the spending power. So when you compare something, you look at it. Because some people look at it, boy, it's so enough, you know. So enough, no, it's not spending power, man. The country, it not have none. See what I want, so? You hear what I want right there, so? And that's what I want. So I have to come and do this and show you what really I want and where you hear this bad. It's bad. But you're not spending power in your money. Yeah. You $20,000, listen, $100 that's a sin, you know. Minimum wage is supposed to be less than maybe 60 grand, you know. And that's small. Because $300, you have to put TV look more like 64, like $400 US. If it's a 60 or 50, you have to about $300. Even this, so even if they can't even move. To where some man I get on with judge, I get on everything, they match. See? You understand? Andrew pay. No further than the governor pay in Florida. He might get 140, Andrew I get nearer to 200. 100 and yeah, nearer to 100 and enough. Andrew I get more than him. Andrew, and him have a bigger economy over the trillions in Florida. Most of them governors get the pay what Andrew get. In our third world country, you shouldn't raise them pay so high. None of them shouldn't raise them pay so high. In our third world country, that is evil. And plus for them have already. These are the things we want to situation, we not make the money, you know. We not talk about minimum wage when a man are moving pay and got 28 million ad plus traveling. He might make more than 30. Can you put the traveling and put card them and get that too, you know? Them not spend their money. So him might get more than 200,000. Them not get that. See? The most powerful man in the world work 400,000 US per year. The president of the United States, 400,000. And pay. Yeah? Whether them take it or not, believe it. When them come out, they make book and endorsement and make millions, but they saw 400,000 did it for a long time. And Andrew nearly I get half of that for him pay. Yeah. Nearly half of that for him pay. You stay there. See? So, you know, we have to keep it real running when we talk to them, you know. I'm not the tabloid, you know? I'm not the tabloid, you know. It's factual. And as I can show you already, look on starting, but them say underemployment and say more than 700,000 people. But them not looking job live because we have family and friends every day. Them there is no job. Cement company couldn't go take 10,000 people. Them can't even take 100. Them book out. Airport can't take 10,000 people. Oh, you like give them free money, they crumble that too. Who can't take 10,000 people? Which one of them company don't they can't take 10? We have over 700,000. Which one of them company can't take 10,000? Even 5. Them can't. See? The new factory now. So these people, these are sufferation, you can't count them out. Where else knowledge is power? Yeah. Yeah, where else knowledge is power? You can't count them out. Them need job too. Remember, them have to do everything like what we are doing. And by the way, let me show you. I want to show you this too because I'm telling you, I'm going to show you. Let me show you, because I said the lowest crime rate. And let me show you Andrew Holness now. Let me take up Andrew Holness. Because I said lowest crime rate. Let me do this. See? Let's see if I find it. I'll come show you this now. Hold on. Let me show you. All right, look here. it's only stats here. And when you add the rest, all right, so 2016, yeah, February I'm coming, 2016, remember these are lives, 1352, 54. 2017, this is the third highest murder rate. You can't wipe off this. It was 1,647. 2018, 1,289. Yeah, 2018. 2019, 1,340. 2020, 1,332. 2021, 1,474. 22, 1,511. 23, 1,390 that. 24, this is 1,141. So 25 last year when them said 600. A matter of fact, when you count out the 25 and put it yourself, this kind of over 13,000 debt. Pan him watch, man. 13, this is just count the 800. Me can show you. This are the highest, the third highest murder, the highest murder rate in Jamaica history. Independence, the highest murder rate, yeah, is 2009. 1680. Hello. Who's speaking to me? Hello. So them jump off of the phone. I don't know speaking radio. Spamming on my phone, mark spamming on. So but put them, let me show you. See that? Like this spam. No joke. Look. We have block this one now. How do you block it? Move it. Yeah, you know, when they come in and it tell mama, see I look out for them, you know. Yeah. So this is the murder rate, man. Where you say about murder gone, crime not really gone down. And the police them do some things where them forgot the 8 took, by the way. So Andrew, for 2 terms, him gone over 13,000. Him have the worst. If nobody not dead for the next 4 years, Andrew still gonna be the worst for 2 terms have over 13,000. Remember these figures is not just numbers, they are lives. Their daddies, their mom, their grandfather, grandmother, their kids. But people still are mourning. Them their lives. Yeah? So even not never drop on him on a 2 term, over 13,000 at this trap on him watch. So when I want to go 1,100 and last year, and say 600 and add. And say, well, I'm going to crime and you care about this. You'd be an idiot. You can look on people life like this, but it takes so much life per Andrew Watts. Him have the 3rd highest murder rate in 2017. And I tell me about crime. You don't monitor crime for you come in. These are the highest murder rate. And see there, this without 2025 numbers, we never put it in there. See that? This was 12,489. And when you put 600 out over 13,000, that's for 2 terms. Him have the highest murder rate for them what? Even if nobody, 0 not dead, because we never have nobody dead. He still have the highest murder rate for them what? 2 terms. Never happened yet before. Never. Me see them I try suicide practice in a 3 term plus and say, boy, I'm have 13,000. This is 2 terms. Not 1 or 2. Not 3, 2. Yeah? And when this turn in can't beat nobody, remember death or death. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, and by the way, enough of the man them go through the border before the thing they come in. And enough man did leave. Remember when in Panama when them turned back around 3,000 people? Enough man did leave. You notice what there are some people who don't know about the real bad man them where you hear about and them thing there because them get PR to keep low. And enough of them they go through and keep low. They don't want to get catch and send back. And politicians back then, because I remember every year the ground, I mean, every parish. I remember running through the state. I mean, no, them can't go on me. Yeah? can't go around me. So I assert there, right? I assert there. Andrew, so me move off nothing name no bogus statistic. Not me. We keep it real runners at all times. At all times. Yeah? Remember play about Nekeisha.
This is not just about rebuilding. This is about restructuring. As are made in this country. When the government wanted Starlink devices, they came into the country quickly. No procurement issue there. There was urgency. There was movement. There was delivery. I got one in a hurricane-ravaged constituency. I gave it to a community. And today, those same devices are the subject of review by the Auditor General, with questions being raised about documentation and proper accounting. So procurement did not slow that down. What was missing was accountability. Procurement again. Shelters were activated. People were moved into those shelters, but in too many cases, people were left without adequate food for days after the storm. No cut. That was not a procurement issue. Food could have been sourced. Food could have been delivered. That was a failure of coordination and management. We saw cases where individuals listed as shelter managers were no longer present, some dead, some migrate. That's not procurement. That's a systems failure.
That's right.
We saw food packages being distributed through the JDF, and while that distribution moved quickly, it often reached the same individuals repeatedly, while others who were in genuine need remained at the back of the line and are still waiting. That is not procurement. That is a failure of targeting, coordination, and oversight. The system has shown that it can move. The question is how it moves, who it reaches, and whether it is accountable when it does. This is not a procurement problem. This is a systems problem. It is a problem of coordination, a problem of follow-through. It is a problem of weak management. And it is a problem of accountability and transparency not being consistently enforced. And if the diagnosis is wrong, then the solution is going to be wronger. What this bill really does, it is against that reality that this bill must be examined. Because when I reviewed it carefully, one thing became clear. Narrow, you know. This is not a narrowly tailored recovery framework. It's not narrow at all. Under Section 25, it extends beyond disaster response into designated strategic investment projects across multiple sectors.
That's right.
So this is not just about rebuilding. This is about restructuring how development decisions are made in this country without guardrails.
Without guardrails. Yeah, sensible people. Me not call them, hey, when I say geniuses, you know, I don't call them, but I call them as a whole breed with some criminal style. Let me tell you this. We say Darwin Po, Mumako, come up and attack some of that little thing, but I see something and that. She forgot to sit down, you know, because you as a speaker, she get 1.6 million and tell lies that she never won the car, rob taxpayers' money. Rob the government, yeah, and she get 2.1 million, yeah, and she says she don't know, she don't have no moral at all. I want them to can drive up and play before me show, hey, when my show them start as a quit, my show them done in a car 2 hours when I fast. Let me say I can Darwin, hold on there. Let me say I can drive up. Yeah, let me see this so I can play this. Let me play this. This is how the woman lie. She did it when she a speaker and in there tell lie and a criminal as a speaker. Look here. She not no more to talk to nobody. No more.
Recover the funds. The Integrity Commission wants House Speaker Marissa Dalrymple-Philibert to pay over the funds received from the motor vehicle concession and the travelling allowance.
You know why you're nothing from Big Mama? Big Mama forgot to pay tax. You know, you're still about Big Mama forgot to pay tax. Yeah.
Presented to her by the Jamaica Customs Agency and the Ministry of Finance, respectively. It follows the damning report on her statutory declaration to the Commission. As Jamila Maitland reports, the Commission wants to know whether the concession was fraudulently obtained.
You know, if you're Speaker of the House, if you sit around this and tell she should know she's a bar from politics completely, you know. But this is what going on in Jamaica. Me not play, yo, me serious. This shouldn't be, them can't call nobody criminal and look for no look cute, and she shouldn't even speak. She shouldn't be there. And you bring her back by popping a demand. Jamaica run good, brother. It's a joke. Look here, here's a lie, hear this.
It all started with the purchase of a 2015 Mercedes-Benz SUV, black, something like the one pictured. House Speaker Marissa Dalrymple-Philibert in October 2015 used the 20% duty concession offered to government officials to receive a discount. The vehicle, valued at $8.1 million, was sold for $6 million. But
so she saved $2.1 million this so.
In her statutory declaration to the Commission, filed a few months later in December 2015, the vehicle was not on it. Her declarations for 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 and 2021, the vehicle was also not accounted for. For the Integrity Commission, this is a major red flag. But according to Mrs. Dalrymple-Philibert, when questioned by the Commission initially about the absence of the Benz SUV from her filing, she never owned the car, then she never used the car, then she wasn't sure for what period and how long she used the car. The Commission also noted that 2 months after Mrs. Dalrymple-Philibert denied any knowledge of the car, it was sold. But according to her, she never benefited from the proceeds. Her response, "It was my sister who used the car." But this is an obvious breach of the conditions of the concession policy. Mrs. Dalrymple-Philibert was granted the concession to carry out her public duties as a Member of Parliament. Notably, her sister is not an MP. Documents reveal that the sister's husband financed the car, which Mrs. Dalrymple-Philibert stood as a guarantor. But the Commission argued that the vehicle being in Mrs. Dalrymple's name would also require her to be directly involved in the process of insuring the vehicle every year. It's wide believed that the House Speaker knowingly made a false statement.
That means she lie and she thief because she collect the money in a ball. 1.6 million enough to do this, hear this. And she don't know more about if you talk to nobody. She shouldn't even at the house. Country can't run like this.
Of concern, too, is that Mrs. Dalrymple-Philibert received motor vehicle allowance of $1.6 million for the period September to October 2020, when
2020 she collect that, you know. Yeah.
She became Speaker of the House.
She became Speaker. And I tell you, like, collect the money that a speaker, but when I was a speaker, you should have got them. This is a disgrace. You should have shame. Hey, she just go away, man.
She was using her personal car, the vehicle, a 2004 RAV4, not the Benz SUV. But according to the policy, claims for upkeep allowance and travelling can only be made in respect of the most recent concession vehicle. The Commission wants the Financial Secretary to recover the travelling allowance paid. It also wants the Jamaica Customs Agency to recover all the duties and apply the appropriate penalties. As for whether the concession was fraudulently obtained, the Integrity Commission is asking that that be probed as well. Of note, a name of an entity or person was redacted from the report as allegedly knowing about it. And if the allegations are true, the Commission says they're liable as well. Mrs. Dalrymple Philibert is to resubmit a complete and accurate statutory declaration. A statement released by her on Tuesday said she would submit the documents on Wednesday, September 20. Up to News Time calls to her attorney Peter Champagny to find out whether the statements were indeed filed could not be ascertained. It means the House Speaker's declarations are not certified. Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
You see the kind of people that might run the country now. You can't satisfy with these kind of things. It's wrong. I'm in a business. You see, at that wrong with our people, them, you know. Because Andrew, you put them in our party, we would make them feel say that change PMP thing. Let me tell you this. Every family in a queue, when you check it out, you go check it out, you might have a close family, and them are one thing, but when you check it out, some other people are other thing and all kind of things. But they're your family. And everybody are Jamaican. When you don't run an election, you have government and you have opposition. And the opposition, they have to hold them accountable. For your sake, you know, or you for fight the opposition. And sit down and do garbage. Eh? When everything go up there, so then what you think? And you be your own demise. Don't do that. All government, remember anything when them say them are coming, come down, them not do it. You expose that to them and hold them accountable. I say get the place to build up and better. Me live comfortable. Me good. Come here, one and two of them, they come over with them motor that say, for them come here, me this them and this them, woman. Let me tell you this. When if you have some manners, I want thing with me, you know, Bolo. You ever see me, Bolo? But not even the government website where you have a right can go on and put a comment on it. Not going to do that. Much as you go put what. Anything when me attack on my platform. See? So, you know, I'm going to tell them, don't send germs and freaks that throw me off and come push up themselves. Never diss them. Yeah, you can engage me with attacking, you know, but make it sensible and make it right. But don't be, I remember you can't bully me. You can't, oh, you're bully me. Come here, you don't know my fight. You can't bully me, man. Then can't bully me. Bully who? Yeah, he's king some of my rock foot. I mean, my rock foot, I never ask any man. I never answer to no Dan. No, you're a leader, no fit. Me, you're brethren. And rock foot have some tough name from back there, you know. Me just keep in my one lane, make me different. Me and my siblings, them be different. Me every man good. You see, I mean, I allow you for violate me neither. That will not happen. Same? Yes. So, and like West Kingston, a man sent for you and beat you with pickaxe and block you up if you're dead, them bury you alive. You know, we don't do that. And when me say a man I do garbage, me can't tell them say, yo, we not like where you do a garbage. And them listen to me. See? Yes. So our things are different things from, you know, for them things. So I will not allow them to come try to do that round yourself. Not gonna work. Can't work. Keep it real round yourself and honest. Yeah, and remember, me not do tabloid. Me can't still like, you know, she should in the house. She should not, you know, hey, Jamaica the worst thing. But me talk about my earth strong because I just couple days time I'm earth strong, 1 week I had. I remember my earth strong I come up. Patrice, me see you buy 2 tickets, you know, me tell you know. No, hey, Jamla, me not see you buy no ticket yet, you know. Me not see you buy no ticket yet. Support me thing, hey. At the first year, me I tell you, say, who now come, you have enough people that come, but who now come, still I support me thing, yeah? I'm earth strong one more and go. And the first few much years, I go relax myself and do my earth strong and I'm a play it and nice. I'm not a player, because I know it's a soul part to this. I'm going to play this. Me I play well, let's see. I just want the corner, yes. So, Patrice, I see you purchase a ticket this morning, no, big up. I respect. Me have some brethren, I want some don't bother even call me. I say, no, man. Remember, I just heard strong, so we just big up when, you know, when them do this. Jama, look here. Cezelia, look on this, the paper there, look on my screen where I run across. We know some run things that I would not come. See there? And see, Zell there if you're in the state. Just follow the Zell man. You see, showing it name come up here good. you see, and see, if it, in a Canada, say me e-transfer there, we loan some at mail.com. The other one, I'm so you have Zelle, so you have PayPal and you have that. Jam back. If you touch my PayPal, me see it from my phone. You touch me, let me hear it. See it. Anything we touch, me see it. But when, Gail, what, you don't move yet? Remember, a small time we have, you know, go and support, man. Go and go support. I'm going to play some tune to you know. But me have to eat some food, because I know say soul music. I'm worries. You know, so I'm not drink and smoke, you know, but I want to do my cake for me. Because I'm not buying this year. Because I know I'm not fussy, but I'm going to do a nice cake. My wife give me a cake one time, you see. I say I can't. I want that. I say I can't make cake. Hold on there. Hold on. Let me show you a cake my wife give me one for a couple years back in the pandemic. Where there? Let me say I can't find it. There, you know. There. You want some cake? Wife carrying a cake, they were mad, you know. Want to see it, you know. Yeah, man. What time at 8? It has start from 8 o'clock. Yes. Same? Yeah, man, from 8, man. Yeah, man, that has start from 8. Yeah? Then from 7 and things, so you know it has start, that I done from 7. Then from 7, man, and 8 a full swing. See, Maurice, I know you're there, you know. See, from 7, you're coming from early too. Yeah? Yeah. No, I know about the black of Argentina a long time, you know, because somebody just tell me to check out the black of Argentina. So, yeah, pretty well. Let me tell you something now, Pauline. You see them? One time, you have a lot of black there, and what them do now, them get rid of enough of the black man, them. Just get rid of them, send them there, stand over. One idea, I do the history about them. So, I know Argentina, I not bring them in, I'm not at all, football, not at all. I play, hey, you what? Let me tell you something again. Hey, you forgot buy a ticket them too. Sit around there, you know. Hey, jam back. Buy a ticket them from now too, you know. Sit around, see me sell there. That are they say. Look on that now. See at me there, that are who there in Canada. Can't order them ticket and put on this up. But see me people there to weigh on some things. And they have some things record. I want to look at something. I want to show you a cake, man. I want to show you a cake where if you build it for me. I have a party hard, man. I go and drop some tune, you see. If you want, you may drop some tune, go around and we loan some brown, you know me. TikTok. But remember, me a musical professor, you know, me not do, yeah, we not do no kind of, yeah, me just keep it there, so I'm a music. I'm feeling nice. So me see them watch. Me say, Andrew, them come and watch, you know. Me see them come on, them, you can't see when them come on, you know. Me see them come on. Them, you know, you give them some nice music. You know, Jamaica, you give them some nice music. R&B style, I always. R&B style, you know. I remember I'm fully loaded. So I'm fully loaded. So if my son Virgin, them are play, me, I always, I want to look at my cake. I look at me, I can't see it. Well, on there. Well, on, when I put that cake there, I have to show you the cake, man, because the cake tough. Well, on. Come take the picture with it, you know. So you see the cake is a turntable with record, you know. I see my run things and things bad. I have a look for it, I'm going to find it now, I look for it and show me. See, I say I can't find it. Cake bad. I do a nice cake, man. It's a thing, it's a turntable and thing, you know. I say I see it as well. But say I can't find it. And my thing them full up, you know, so when you look for something like that, if I don't find it, I just look for it, yeah, man. Look for it later and show you, but the cake bad. It's so much thing I run down on this store. Right, me and Tyler ready to backside. I need to reach about it, you know. Now I go find it. So I never name it cake, but it did it. What's up, man? No, sir. I run it down fast, look at it. I run it down fast, you know. I look for my cake, you know. What's this? Hey, my thing them full to the brim, you know. Let me see this. Me never reach to say it, because I have to go back in. Hey, I want to show them my cake, man. Jano, come on. Come on, man. Well, I'm messing with this. Not like this. But to win birthday, that and that. All right, let me say for this. Let me say me have it this. Well, I forgot find this one, you know. I forgot find, hey, all right, now I look for it. I'm going to see my cake, I think it's a turntable. Bad. My cake, bad. What's this? No, my finger tired already. My thing, look here, I run them down, you know. Run it down. You sir. All right, I find, I make it still, because finger tired, I want to go eat and play some tune. So I want to go play some tune. So I look, Jam Rock, go on again. See the thing, all right, it's on the screen, so as it did it. You know, I run, get some food, because I really want to play some tune, you know. I really want to play some tune. See? So, let me just run now. Later here, I'm out. Bless.
We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We not make them get in on them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We in lump sum, we a beat it till the hammer burn. We not make them get in on them and again. None of them boy, we none of them. We alone some rise up the bomber dude. I'm not a Judas, them a backstabber. I'm my wife and this straight beauty and glamour. No guy can walk to name me with no dagger. Maybe the heart of Mandela, but the mind of a Zama in the mold like a bullman. We send us the glamour. Lyrically inclined, be a metaphor, so no listen to lyrics line to line. Become a lyrical fighter, put up any with him, they want some more hole in a hater. Lyrically inclined.